Yo,
What's up?
uh, dealing with some stuff at last minute. Almost had to cancel. Oh,
Ooh,
they turned this down.
hate to hear that.
I always forget to do this when I have my laptop. I always forget to turn it down before we start. Oh shoot. So yeah, your channel. I went ahead. Oh, I noticed that. Hey everybody, what's going on? I haven't been
There,
looking at the chat too much. Um, I don't know how long I'll be able to go. Uh, just literally last minute. I had a situation, and I think we worked it out, but I'm not quite sure.
yeah, I
I
hope
have to
so.
wait for a phone call, all that good stuff. You know, it's always something, isn't it?
Yeah, life sucks sometimes.
Yeah, it can. That's for sure. I recognize a few new people in here, so I haven't been looking at the chat too much. Um, but hello, Terrence, Brian, Deck, Kobe, Lala, Vlad. See, I'm sure I missed more here.
Hello, everyone. I'll check
Thank
the
you, Lala.
chats later.
Bryden, Victorious Chameleon or something. I don't know. Wendy. How many episodes are on this season? I don't know. I just made it up. But see, we made it up. What, like me and I think Ryan and I did. We just no. I think Sean and I and Ryan. Yeah, it was Sean. Variety TV. Ryan and I decided to come up with the name one time. And I haven't really been using it, so I was like, oh, I might as well just use the name tonight. It's just. It's not really. It's just for fun. Net Predators building. Hey, Wendy. Let's see here. So yeah, John Davis's channel is in the pinned comment. You want to talk about your channel a little bit?
Well, I mean, it's mostly auto related, but I put a video on there the other day. I think that's it's something that really a lot of people need to hear because I know that most of the people in this community, I'd be willing to say 90% are survivors. And the last thing that the survivors need is to be survivors again. And what we're finding is there's a group of individuals that are predators by another name. And they're making people victims.
Hmm.
And, you know, they're no better than the predators that Alex and Ryan and uh, Jay and you, everybody else that's out there catching these predators that are touching kids. You know, these fools are no better than those predators because instead of touching children, they're touching the minds of survivors and making them go through it again
Yeah.
by the verbal assaults and the harassing and the thinning of the herd mentality that they have and the things that they're saying. And what I'm suggesting is that everybody just stand up and just say no. You're not taking power from me.
Yeah. Yeah. These. Are you talking about this is going on like within the chats or the community or personal phone calls or I guess I'm
Well,
a little.
this is everything that these individuals are doing, and I'm not really going to name them by name
Oh.
because then that gives them
Yeah.
clout.
Oh,
But
okay. That's fine.
you've got one individual that's a snake, and he's got a bunch of other people doing his work for him to isolate him from prosecution should everything happen.
Oh,
And all I've got to say is, should a compromising photo of someone get posted that they keep talking about, should that get posted and it's compromising like they say, that photo could very well be classified as revenge porn. And in the state of Texas, that does classify as a very serious felony. There's only one state that doesn't really do very much about it. It's like a high misdemeanor. And I'm not going to tell them what state that is. Let them do their own, PI work, since they,
yeah,
all they want to do. And, they don't have a life, because if you look at them, all they are is in a Discord all day. And that's all they've got to do with their life, is sit there and
see,
talk about everybody.
that's why I don't really know what you're talking about sometimes because I don't have Discord. I
Well,
was gonna
I
get
don't
it.
either. I don't either.
Um,
I don't mess with this stuff either. But people have sent me screenshots of stuff, and they've mentioned me, and you know what? I don't care, because I have a life. I mean, you seen my video I posted. That's my life,
mhm.
and everybody that thinks I don't have a life is really needs to watch that video, because that's what living is. You go
Yeah,
out and you take your time. You know, forget this. This is not life. Living on this here
yeah,
is not life. I mean, that group has been run off of Facebook, and the followers have been run out of every other group, and they want to belong. And that's not the type of thing you want to go to. That's like uh, a child that has lost their way. Well, now they're adults with a child mentality that have lost their way. And I can say that because, I work for the school board, and I've seen children that have done this and
yeah,
resorted to gangs. Some of the schools that I had on my route were the problem schools, the schools where the kids have gotten kicked out of regular schools and they were alternative programs, and some of the schools where they just got out of juvie and they had to sit at a table by themselves, and that's how they did it, to ensure that they didn't get in any gang fights or anything. And that was before Louisville would acknowledge that they had a gang problem. They've had a
yeah,
gang problem for over 20 years.
yeah. It's kind of like Little Rock, Arkansas. It took them a while before it kind of went national that they had a gang problem, at least back in the day. And just for everybody that knows, I don't know the name of the group he's actually talking about, and I don't want him to mention the name of the group he's talking about or whoever it is. Apparently, I guess it's mostly on this Discord thing. I don't go on Discord, so I don't know. But we wanted to make it a chill stream as much as possible.
Yeah,
But if you want,
and this is
so,
about people regaining their power, you know,
oh
uh, getting their inner strength back, and knowing that they don't have to listen to that kind of stuff, because all they are is this.
oh yeah,
They're like the gossipers of the neighborhood that sit there and try to make the one person in the neighborhood look bad. You know, uh, and why people are like that, that's just how it is. I mean, you know, the people that are in this group, I've never said anything bad to those women, but you know, oh well. I've
yeah,
always kind of stuck up for women, but hey, But at the same time, I'm not going to let a troll come in and disrespect the women in the chat. I'm, you know,
Yeah.
and it's gotten worse and worse. And I'm just going to stick up and stand up for everybody. If I'm a moderator in there, I'm going to run them out. I've
So
just
I
gotten
think
tired
what
of it.
yeah, there's a lot of questions. I can't keep up. I think what John is referring to, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't know we were actually going to go this direction tonight. I thought we were going to talk
Yeah,
about your channel a little bit. That's okay. Yeah. I guess if I'm right, you're talking about trolls in different rooms or
yeah,
chats
in
or
different
whatever.
rooms. I mean, they attacked Cameron, uh,
Uh,
and they've come in there and they tipped off Cameron's catch. They tipped off Alex's catch, and they're doing it to other catchers too. So
See, I heard about um, there was at least one. I know I heard about with Alex's catch, and I heard about, or I was watching. I don't know what happened or where that was, but I don't know if this was another one you're talking about or newer
yeah,
one. I don't know. I haven't
and
been
I can't,
keeping up.
you can't
You
help but sit there and think, are these same predators, you know, of a different type,
Yeah,
supporting those predators?
yeah. It's
I
like,
mean,
well, there
it's
was that one time when I think it was. I want to say it was. It could have been Pablo recording the live feed. Holding the live feed. But it was that one guy. I forgot his name. He always came up in Alex's chat, and then he called into Alex one time. David Smuck or something. I don't remember the name. Mock. I don't remember
smock,
the name.
yeah,
We used to, yeah. But anyways, he would call
yeah,
and sit.
and
They'd forget to put it on do not disturb, and he'd just keep calling trying to mess up a catch. I remember that one.
yeah,
Yeah,
him, but this is somebody else that it was a recent catch, and if you're protecting those predators that touch kids, you're no better than they are
yeah,
because you support that. And if
yeah,
you're taking and coming into
yeah,
a chat and you're trolling someone that is a survivor and foul mouthing them, let's
hmm.
see, yeah, there's one right there. I've
Wait, what?
never said anything disruptive about that lady right there, and I can't call her a lady anymore after I've seen the screenshots of what she said. But
Oh,
but you know,
I
she
didn't.
said some foul stuff about Cameron and everything else. So you know, I have nothing for her, and she can say what she wants, and she can sit there and say I should let the trolls do what the trolls do. But I'm sorry, the minute they come in and start victimizing the survivors, you're done. I'm going to step in. I'm not going to let trolls troll.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's another thing too. Is we have what's called freedom of speech, but a lot of
there's a
people don't
difference
understand
between freedom of
it
speech and
and breaking
harassment.
exactly. And they
And
think that, oh, because there's freedom of speech and there's we don't want any censorship in our, a lot of
yeah,
us don't want it in our rooms, in our chats. But then people want to take advantage of it, like children, and just start I mean, I'm seeing a
and
few
I've
things. I can't keep
seen
up with chats,
I've
but
seen 8 and 9 year olds have better control and better behavior than some of these trolls. And I can tell you, they
yep.
can sit there and say I don't like free speech and everything. Well, let me tell you something. Assholes, my family's been making US history since 1776.
Mhm.
I can say that. Two of my family members were generals in the American Revolution. How many others of you people can say that?
Yeah.
Excuse me, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
One of them's house is a national landmark.
That's pretty
So
cool.
I ain't got nothing to say to them. They want to sit there and say, "Oh, you don't believe in free speech." Kiss my ass, my whole ass, all my ass, and all you that want to ask how big, how tall I am and everything. I'm 4'11". Oh, better yet, I'll be like dude that was in Kid Rock that died. What was his name? Little trucker or whatever his name was. I'm 3'9" with a 10-foot
Oh yeah,
dick.
that's right. But,
You know, I'm
yeah,
tired of all this.
I wasn't the biggest Kid Rock fan, to be honest with you. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he
don't.
loves Kentucky. He was on Tucker last night, and he's on there tonight. But
Oh, was he?
yeah,
Oh, that's
but
pretty cool.
you know, it's just childish. You know,
Yeah,
this is about taking and supporting the survivors and preventing these monsters from actually being able to touch a kid, because some of these damn monsters have actually done it before, and they're
yeah,
out and looking to do it again. I mean, look at all these people that have been caught multiple times.
hmm yeah. It's like that one guy, Alex caught, I think again
Twice.
for like, yeah, I think it's Arkansas or something.
Caught him the first time in the bowling alley, the second time in that
Oh
Walmart.
yeah, that guy. Yeah, yeah. He's caught a couple people twice. That's true. Then
And
some have been, and then of course that one guy that Samuel caught up in Canada, that short dude. I forgot his
yeah,
name, but he caught him like four,
Little Jason guy or whatever,
yeah,
that
yeah,
damn
yeah,
midget, four
like 4 or
damn
5 times.
times.
And it just, and then I think it. I want to say his neighbor was kind of sticking up for him a
Yeah,
couple times, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder why he's not in jail or something. But I don't know.
You know, I'm sorry, but you know, a child is the only thing in this world that is innocent and pure.
Yeah, that's right.
And here's another thing, and this is directly to that group. This isn't a threat. This isn't a promise. This is a guarantee, because the fact that my camera roll was hacked in my phone, and they know who it is that their little hacker friend is. The picture of my grandson ends up on their little thing like somebody else's pictures of their child did. I'm not going to be able to get to you, because the minute my daughter finds out about it, she's going to tell her sister-in-law. They're going to take me and put me in a rubber room, and then all of them's going to come and get you, and they're all going to have badges, because they do have badges, and they're the kinds that wear suits.
Yeah,
You know, I don't have no control over them.
yeah,
That's just that side of the family. I like
yeah,
them. I love them. They like me. They love me. But they handle stuff like I do. But they handle it on a legal side that I can't handle it on anymore. So, you know, it's just a matter of time until somebody does take and call them out totally on it. And once everybody takes and calls them to the carpet, you know, you
yeah,
can only sit there and keep on swinging at individuals before everybody just stands up, and there's like 6 or 7 of you, and then you got however many that's out here upon you. I mean, you know, that's what happens to bullies. I mean, sometimes you need a bully, but this is not a case for it. I
yeah,
mean, you look at Biden versus, you know, I hate to make this political. You look at Biden versus Trump, okay? People took the village idiot versus the town bully, and look what's happening to us. Well,
yeah,
you look at the community, and they're letting a damn bully come between it and fracture it, and it's falling apart. You got this
yeah,
person thinking it's this person is doing it. You got this person thinking that person's doing it. Nobody's trusting anybody.
yeah.
Only thing I can say, relax, screw them people. Don't let them have any rent in your head. Go listen to that video of mine.
That's the latest post, I believe, on your channel,
Mm-hmm.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I'm going to start posting stuff like that because that's what people need. They don't need all this bullying and all this backbiting and all this two-faced bitches and, snake running shit. And, you know, it's just like the Bible said. Your brother was touching on it when, they was worshiping the bull.
Yeah.
And,
Vladimir.
and they threw it and it busted
Yeah.
it, shattered it.
Mm-hmm. The golden calf, I think it
Mm-hmm.
was.
And you got all these other people that are egging shit on, and that's no better. You got
Mm-hmm.
the people that are going in there, like I had said before, and stirring stuff up in Tommy's, stirring stuff up in Alex, trying to get rooms fighting up against each other and stuff. And I wasn't
Yeah.
going to call them out by name, but I'm doing it now just because I've seen that they're a piece of shit. But their
Yeah.
name is OK together, and they got a little stupid looking dog for an avatar, and it's like a little rainbow around it.
I don't know if I've
And
seen it.
they went in there and they said stuff in Tommy's room. Then they come in there to Alex saying, Tommy said he's coming over here and it's all out on all the JDQ mods. I don't give a shit
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of
because Tommy never said that.
like
I
kind of
I
like
don't like Tommy for my own reasons, and it's not all these other reasons everybody else says.
yeah.
But if he's going to get kids, he's not faking it, and he's not going to be doing all these bullshit, chit chats, shit chats, sharts, and he's going to get these people that are touching kids. Get them. Don't
Yeah.
talk about it. Be about it. Get your ass out there. Hustle.
Yeah.
If he's getting them, all right. I may not like you as a person, but to hell with it. You're getting predators if
Yeah.
that's what you're doing. All these other people, they're getting people off the street. Musa. Musa is lighting
Mhm.
shit on fire. He's getting these assholes left
Yeah.
and right.
Yeah, he is.
Ryan.
He's what
People want
close
to
to
hate
him.
on Ryan because Ryan's got a different way of doing it. Ryan's
Yeah.
kicking ass. Then they wanted to sit there and give him the blues because he got in that car with that person and rode in the car with them. And he's sitting there with the live stream going and everything. And I'm sitting there on it with him too. And I'm listening and stuff and I'm typing stuff in there and everything too to just give him words of
Yeah.
encouragement like
Yeah, I
everybody
remember.
else is. And
Yep. I remember that one.
and then he said Ta. And then everybody
Oh.
took and said that he mentioned Ta's wife. He never
Oh, is that
said
where that came
Ta's
about?
wife. Yeah, he never mentioned her name.
Hmm.
And anybody that mentions her name, that's wrong. She can't help it that she is married to Tommy. Keep her name out of it.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know?
uh there's a lot of comments I wanted to read or put up, but I didn't know this was going to go this direction, but
Well,
sometimes things do
I'm sorry that
that.
I kind of like did a 180 and hit the median and, you
It
know,
happens. It
but,
happens. I'm listening. I don't
it
understand
kind of,
everything or know about
it kind
everything,
of,
but
I've been thinking about the other stuff that I'm going to do and everything. There's another channel that I really watch, and and I'm kind of into. I haven't really mentioned it a whole lot to you, Jeff. I highly suggest it to everyone else that's really into the protecting children movement. It's called What Big Eyes, and that's the name of the channel on YouTube. And
is it
they
one
are
word? Is it like
no,
one word or
it's
separate
the
words?
three. It's the separate words,
Mhm.
and they are a channel that takes and goes out and they seek justice for all these children that have been, killed. Um,
Wow.
there's
Are
a
they
case.
private investigators or civilians?
There's just all kinds of different people that are involved with this channel.
Hmm,
There's law enforcement that are involved in the channel. There's PIs that are involved in it. There's
that's good.
medical examiners that are involved with this channel. Just ordinary people like me and you, and people that are in the chat, and you know people in churches. Grandmothers that just sit on their porch and make Afghans, and But there's a case that's coming up here in June, uh, that's right down the road from me, that I'm going to go to, because the kids need justice. They need to make sure that the parents pay for what they've done, and I know that the court date is just going to be a layover. But I've got to go and get my real ID and stuff, so I can start going into the courthouses to do these. Right now is
I
Alex's
just,
live catch of
yeah,
Frankenstein. So
yeah.
if
I
you
just
want to
saw that.
go, it's a very important catch.
Yeah, please
So
go. I
please,
encourage you.
please, please go. You can always come back to this and watch it later. But
I'm gonna pull it up on the old laptop here
yeah,
too.
but these kids, they need justice, and these kids are children that have disappeared. Uh,
Hmm.
their stepfathers have killed them and buried them somewhere, and they don't know. And
Yeah.
they lobby for laws that uh, will make it illegal for them to not tell them where the bodies are, and
Hmm.
everything like that. So you've got all kinds of people that are involved with this.
And it's
So
called What Big Eyes?
yeah, what big eyes, like your eyes. And
Yeah.
I mean, you can look at these kids, and that they, and they post their pictures, and it
Hmm.
will break your heart. They posted a kid the other night and looks just like my second oldest grandson. And I wept. Uh,
Hmm.
and I'm a man, but I'll admit it. When it comes to kids, I mean, uh, kids, they provided me with everything that I had. Before you know I went to prison. What little bit I have left from the my life, you know, they provided it. Uh,
Hmm.
my mother's retirement from where she worked at the school board all those years. She's drawn retirement because of the kids. So it's it's near and dear to my heart when it comes to children charities, and that's why this movement is so important to me, because when I was in that prison environment and I seen these monsters, and I would hear all the things that they said and talked about how when they got out and wanted to go to these foreign countries where this shit was legal,
Hmm.
you know, I can't sit there and divulge their names and post their mug shots and stuff, because it is a crime to do so. But I watch them because I know about what time they're getting out. And when they get out, I want to know where they're at.
Yeah. I thought I'm listening, trying to look at some of the chats, and some people have got some things completely wrong. I don't know where they're getting things out of, but okay.
Because
But
it's,
yeah, this guy reminds me
pe-
of one of the guys he caught recently, who I guess his only room is a bed or something. Remember that? I can't remember the where that was at, but I don't know if this is a basement too. or if it's
And
yeah,
this guy that Alex is getting right now, uh, the picture that Steph had on there reminded you of
yeah.
a cartoon version of the Great Khali. I mean, he had like a 7 head, not a 4 head, it's a
Oh,
7 head. And she was talking about, in there, the different chat was talking about how he was, 6'6", and they were like, "Oh shit, Alex is going to have to look up." And I said, "No." I said, "If you look at him, Alex is going to actually look him eye to eye. His forehead's what's going to be taller than Alex."
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean and crack on the guy, but if you look at him, you know, that's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I try to do what's right as far as putting my heart in the right place, because there was people, and I talked to you about this, that I would look at their legal work, because when I was going to college for my business degree and everything, part of it was business law.
Yeah,
And I help people look for loopholes and stuff with their legal work. And one of the things, I wouldn't look at a sex offender stuff unless I really knew them and I actually thought that they were innocent.
yeah.
And I can tell you that I've looked at like 5 people's stuff while I was locked up, and they were innocent,
Wow.
totally innocent. And one of them was a friend of mine that I knew back in the 80s. And I knew him because from back when he was a Marine, he served under Ollie North down in
Yeah,
Central America. And he ended up having a Jeep accident, and he hit, well, what's like about, like IUD, or IED now. He hit it, you know,
yeah,
and he's screwed. And so, I ended up catching up with him, years, later and stuff. And for those that ask, no, I was never in the military, but
wait, weren't you contracted out there? You're locked up, I think.
computer store.
I can hear you now a
So,
little bit. Oh, there you
okay,
are. You were
all right,
locked up for a little while there.
all right. So he moved back here to Louisville, and he had a computer store. And whenever I needed computer stuff and everything like that, I'd buy it from him, because he would buy the stuff from the companies whenever they renewed their stuff. He'd end up buying the servers, everything. And then the next thing I know, I run into him in prison, because his case was so stupid it never even made the news.
Hmm.
And what it was is his stepdaughter was a drug addict, and she lived in their basement, his and his wife's basement, and her and her kids. And she come in smoking crack again and everything. So he said, "Look, you've got to go."
Yeah,
And so it kicked, him and his wife kicked her out. And of course, when she left, her 2 kids had to go too. But he said, "Look, I don't want kids to have to go. That's up." He told his wife, "That's up to you." Well, next thing you know, she took and uh, made
you're
her.
you're lagging, dude, a lot.
Okay. Well, let me try to fix this.
I don't know
How's that?
if you're using Wi-Fi. or
Yeah, it's a little cord here. Is that better? So
yeah,
yeah. So
seems
anyway,
to
he
be
gets
so
falsely
far.
accused, and I run into him there. So I helped him on his, and I helped a couple other people that I knew, but that was innocent. But a lot of the other people I helped was on you know other stuff.
Yeah.
But I would hear how they would talk and how
Hmm.
they would talk about how they groomed these kids, and a lot of them was their nieces and nephews and stuff. So when I hear some of these cases, it literally makes me mad.
Yeah.
So that's why I got attracted to the community, because Alex was the first one that popped on there, and I got drew into it.
Oh,
And
he was the first one you saw on
yes,
as far as YouTube. That's pretty cool. Most people say they like me myself was Pop Squad, Anxiety War. It's kind of where most people start, or Justin Payne or something like that.
yeah,
I didn't actually know about Justin Payne. I mean, I knew of him because I think him and Matt started to collab around that. I'm not for sure when that happened, but and then I realized, oh, he's got his own channel, and for some weird reason, I thought he was actually in Michigan. And then I later found out, no, he's in Canada as well. And so, but yeah, then the whole EDP thing happened, and it was pretty much, a lot of people you had to kind of pay to watch everything, or if you wanted to finish watching the catch, and everything,
yeah.
which
Now
I understood that, but
yeah. Now I watched the Chris Hansen thing, Dateline Catch a Predator stuff, and of course, it really took and stunned me, how
hmm
these people were, and
yeah,
and they're in there with that one guy that was there to meet the girl, and they're sitting there talking to him, and it shows a guy that comes up and knocks on the door, and they're like, so they tell him no, he's not home right now. So the guy walks away, and the guy never comes back. But then they later tell you that he was there to meet a boy decoy,
oh yeah, I think I remember that one.
and so it kind of blew my mind away. I'm like, how
Yeah.
bad is this stuff?
There's a
So
there, before I found Pop Squad, and the reason why I thought it was a skit at first, because actually, as I said, what's my story? I was looking for the shows back in the early 2000s, Fear Factor, when the reality shows were really kind of kicking in, and game shows, and Fear Factor was one with Joe Rogan I always watched. And then John Quinones' What Would You Do, which may still be going on today. I don't know because I haven't watched regular television, I don't think, in quite a while, years, aside from maybe, somebody's house or something. I might have glanced at it, but and then I was looking for Dateline. And so, of course, there's a lot of it on YouTube, and so I just kind of got bored, I guess, with I was like, I've already watched a lot of these, and I found his newer stuff when he was doing True Crime. I think it was called True Crime. I was like, oh, it was called Hansen versus Predator. So I started watching those. There wasn't a whole lot of those, and then I ran into a couple. They were literally skits. People pretend like they were Dateline NBC, and so was Chris Hansen, and the other person played the Pred and everything else. But then when I came to Pop Squad, I was like, what is this? Is this another skit, or is this actually somebody on YouTube that's doing this? I always thought about that, and sure enough, it was him, and they were very serious about it. And I actually learned a lot from them. And then, of course, through them is how I learned, about the rest of it.
well,
And then for
this
those, let me just answer this. I've seen it come up. There's a lot of people with a lot of different opinions about I guess what you were talking about, John, and some stuff. But as far as us catching, yeah, we're not we haven't been able to. Let's just put it that way. I literally just dropped off my oldest, grandson today, like 2 hours ago. Um, we are waiting for something which is already happening, so that's good. So I'm not going to say a day or a time or anything like that, but I will say probably within the week or so. I'm hoping, and as well as a premiere, Ryan also announced on his channel too. He's been working on it for a while, so it's in his possession right now. And as soon as he's finished, then I'll look it over, I guess, and then we're going to figure out how to publish it, which will be something for me to learn. So it's all a learning curve, a learning curve, whatever the word you want to use. And I've noticed the more I learned about all this, the more I had to step back actually, because I realized, wait a minute here, if we're going to get, the right, the perfect amount of evidence and this, that, and the other, we need to kind of step it up a little bit, and maybe get more background, maybe get aliases, the list goes on for, hopeful convictions. So yeah, we did. I should say I stepped back probably a little bit for a while, and I started doing a lot of studying and then a lot of decoying as well, because I'm still teaching myself how to decoy. Um, but yeah, so I think we're in a groove now that I think that I don't want, like I said, I don't want to say, oh, it's going to be tomorrow or it's going to be whatever. But I'm hoping that this week we're going to be right back into the groove, and it's going to be probably pretty a lot pretty fast. So as far as those coming out after the live, I don't know. I guess we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. that's all. That's all we can do. I got a life outside of doing this. So I don't have any donations. I'm not monetized. It's
Yeah,
free.
yeah, that's with
So
me. I go out and I start doing stuff. I don't want your money because I don't want the selected group calling me a scammer. I don't want them saying, well, you said you spent this money. Look, the equipment I've got, I've already had because I was going out and filming the occasional drag race and stuff. Me and my son, we went, I think it was last year, and we went to Owensboro, and we met up with my friend Matt Rice from DNR Garage, and it was either last year or year before, and great guy, and you know, hung around with him, filmed some racing, you know, talked to some of the people that you know that's been on Street Outlaws TV show, you know, stuff like that, and that's mainly kind of stuff that I mess with. The two videos that are, the other videos that are on my channel. It's one of the projects I'm gonna mess with. Well, I kind of put them on there because that's one of the things I'm gonna around with, and but
you keep locking up. Now we can't. Now I can't hear
really
you.
take life that seriously. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, okay, uh, but I I don't take life that seriously.
Yeah.
If you can hear me and understand that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I can hear you now.
you've seen the video, and that's kind of what I want everybody else to understand. Put all this
Hmm.
behind you because there's people that are victims, they are survivors. They look at this, and it does help them get over it, and it does help them
Yeah.
cope. But at the same time, it opens them wounds, and
Yeah.
then you know you just got to take yourself away, and you got to take yourself away from all this other madness that's coming in
Yeah.
with it, and just find your place for the peace and tranquility.
Hmm.
And
And sometimes, and let me just break in for a little bit. Is
mhm,
That's the reason why when I said at the very very beginning This is not just going to be catching; it's going to be panels and stuff like that. But also there's and now there's more coming up, in the community on the internet as an outlet, but they're still part of the community. Like
Mm-hmm.
JDQ. He's
Mm-hmm.
got his, and of course his other channel, which is if somebody wants to drop that link, they can, which is Vision Eye View, I believe, TV.
Yeah, Vision Eye View TV. Jorge gets on there and kind of talks
Mm-hmm.
about the conspiracy theories of everything
Or
that's
in the
going on with the
yeah,
music industry
or the
and everything
Bible.
like that.
Sometimes
Yeah, in the
sometimes he
Bible.
just does a complete Bible study. My brother
Mm-hmm.
has his, of course, and then we have the survivors. I forgot the exact name. Sorry, Variety and Jules, but yeah, it's a real good one too.
Yeah, PP
PCM is
Mass
doing it
Extra.
now.
PP Mass
Yeah,
Extra.
we do Mass
Mm-hmm.
Extra. Yeah, you guys can drop all your links too there that we're talking about here. And
And
then, what's your story?
yeah, with
You know,
Chris
and
LaRoche.
then sometimes even the catchers, even the decoys, especially decoy. That's one thing
I
I
don't
think I
know
didn't.
how these poor decoys put up with it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
don't
And
either.
I know
I don't either.
Steph has said that she knows that she has to take time away from it.
Yep.
There's not enough time in the day to be able to take away from dealing with just one phone call from some of these
Yeah.
scumbags.
And some of them are very, very persistent too. And then some are very, very completely unbalanced. You have no idea. And aside from, Ryan and a few others doing some decoying, like especially towards the end of that catch, doing the final part of that, I've been doing all the decoying here. And, yeah, I'm going to ask Seven if he wants to learn too, because the decoying alone, really just doing it, and they would, they try to, oh, we're going to meet at this place at this time or whatever. And they've done that so many times. And I've almost went live actually. I've said that before.
And then they flake.
I'll say at least once. I think it was more than that, but I'll just say at least once. I was by myself and I was pretty sure it was the person, but I needed to I have a certain verification process I personally go through, and it didn't quite meet that third verification of the second part. And I was like, okay. And then sure enough, after a little bit more time, and everything, I realized, no, that wasn't the person. So it's a good thing I didn't because I had everything typed out and ready and I was about to go live. This is about, I want to say, in a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, give or take, but it may have been, I don't know, it was somewhere around that area. But with the gas price, when I went to go, like I said, when I went to go get gas the other day, was the first time I'd put any gas in my car in a couple of weeks, and 4.19 a gallon. I was like, what,
Okay. It's
And
it's still 4.23 here.
I was going to ask you because
it
today,
finally it finally went down 2 cents. Finally,
oh, 2 cents.
two
Well, I
cents.
found there's a few places here that are fairly new, and they're becoming nationwide. I've noticed, or at least on this side of the coast. But it was like 3.85, I want to say. So I was like, okay, well, that's still extremely high, but at least it's not over $4 a gallon. But dropping a 20 or a 30 or whatever, would
That's not
easily
even a
fill
quarter
up.
of a tank sometimes.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I
So
if I drove if I drove my truck, $20 would probably start it. And it's
mhm,
it's a fuel injected Chevrolet truck. It's not old, but
yeah,
it's a truck.
yeah,
So
yeah. And I think the next vehicle I get, just because mainly because of space, grandkids and stuff, you know, I I've had a lot of sports cars growing up, and then I of course got rid of those, once I was married. And then just got kind of something in the middle, last time. And when if and when I decide to trade in this car or just get another one, I'm really considering getting an SUV. Yeah, there's so much more space. They're more comfortable. Um, you know, so I'd like to get a 4-wheel drive or an all-wheel drive if I could, because it's not because we get anything out here as far as weather-wise. We do get, like this year. this season, whatever you want to call it. We had a flurry, I think, this morning, mainly if you were close to the mountain. The more high altitude you are, but we don't really get a lot of that kind of stuff here. But we have a lot of roads that are still sand or sand and gravel, kind of a mix. And of course, when monsoon season hits here,
That's what I was
it's
about ready to say. You told the
that's when the
story about
roads,
uh,
the slippery pavement, yeah, and
when
then the
you told
sand.
me a story about the rain when it come down and flooded your house that time.
Yeah, the arroyo will fill up,
So
and it
you
sounds
know
like a
here,
roaring river.
we get these weird snowstorms sometimes,
Yeah,
and it's just they're a fluke. Sometimes you'll get 2 or 3 inches, but then sometimes they're nothing. So
yeah. Well, what's weird is I mentioned it before about the arroyos here is they're dry 90 whatever percent of the year, and they're just some of them are like LA has them. Some of them are they're they'll pour the concrete in. Oh, they'll make a guided arroyo or re-guide the natural arroyo with concrete for all the water to flush down into wherever, fill in the blank. LA, it's the ocean. Here, it's the Rio Grande River, the Rio Grande. And then but most of them here, are natural, and it could, be still outside. It could be sunny, and you can hear the birds chirping and the coyotes out, whatever, fill in the blanks. And people, and what we used to get the 4-wheelers out, and then we'd have fun, going down into those. But you would hear this roar, and it reminds me of the Midwest area where you hear a tornado. But you hear this roar, and you would hear people, get out of the arroyo, get out of the arroyo. And next thing you know, and I shit you not, this you're dead when you get in it. Very few people survive those, by the way. But you'll start seeing this stuff come down. At first, it's black, like
yeah,
blackish gray,
my
and
signal is messing with me here.
yeah, are you able to hear?
Hold on just a second
Yeah, it
here.
looks like you're
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna.
I'll give you a chance if you can hear me. Try to come out and come back in. We're not going to be on much longer, but
No, I'm fine now. I turned off the Wi-Fi.
yeah, you're
Kept
good.
trying to hook up to the Wi-Fi in the house,
Yeah.
but
Well, yeah, that's why I asked you. But yeah, so it starts out with all that debris. It's more like it looks kind of like a volcano has erupted. Like an ashy look. And you see the twigs and the tumbleweeds and the sage and the yucca palm leaves or whatever, mixed in. And then as after that gets pushed through, all of a sudden it just starts moving, and then you'll start seeing like car tires, right? Then you start seeing motorcycles, and you actually start seeing cars. It's that bad, and you do not want to be caught in one of those. It will suck you right in. And it could still not even rain here at all. It could happen up in Santa Fe, but it washes all the way down here, 50 some odd miles, and then it ends up in the Rio Grande River. It's Yeah, nature's pretty interesting. It really is. It can be dangerous, it can be gorgeous at the same time. It's very interesting.
well, it's just like it'll flood here, and it usually does it, right before Derby time, and or right before we have Thunder over Louisville, and that's when they have this. We have a real big air show all during the day, and then we have this great big old fireworks show at night.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, and it'll mess everything up. We have like it's called the Great Lawn,
Hmm.
and the river will end up flooding, and the Great Lawn will either be underwater or it'll recede, and there'll be all this debris all over it, and
Yeah.
it'll be too soggy for anybody to go and put their lawn chairs on or anything else. So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there was an incident. Oh, what year was this? It was already 2000s. We moved back up north, and we had a choice: either go that day to Mississippi or the Des Moines River, and both of them are pretty good size. Mississippi obviously is a bigger river, but it's like we just wanted to stay close by. Well, we got just this little canoe boat, me, my cousin, and a buddy of ours, and we just wanted to go fishing. We had like this little motor attached to the back and everything, but it was just a canoe with the motor attached. And we were just fishing, doing our thing. We were getting closer and closer to that dam. And once that thing opens,
Oh, it's
you know, you're done.
yeah.
It's end of the story. And all of a sudden, we heard, someone on the loudspeaker, like a cop or something. And I think that's what it was. And he was
Did
like,
you
"You
hear the
guys need to
horns
get
going
away from
off?
there. Yeah, they got to open the dam." And I was like, "Yeah, we got to get away from here. They got to open the dam." And I literally was looking at and I literally thought, this is it. This is how I'm going to die. It's going to be in a canoe by the dam because I'm fishing. But
Yeah.
we got they kept an eye on us. They kept radio communications as well, of course. But it was a little scary. I was thinking, yeah, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Yeah. There's people that they go down by the dam here in Louisville, and I mean, there's some real good fishing, and you hear them horns going off and everything. You better get your ass out of the way,
Oh yeah, it's like
because
those tornado alarms we used to hear a lot in the Midwest and the South and stuff. You hear that tornado.
it was going off here the other night. Remember
Yeah.
when your brother was having his live stream?
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
took and
That's
said that we
right.
just had tornado warning. Yeah,
Yeah.
it took and cleared my house and everything, and then went over by my son's, and he had called me, right about the time it was hitting here, and said,
Mm,
"Dad, do you know what's going on?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sitting there watching it on TV." He said, "Okay, I thought he was at work." He said, "No," he said, "My friend called me and told me what was going on." He said, "I wasn't paying no attention." He said, "I was watching, a movie."
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah,
but
I just reading the comment. It says this guy Alex has, yeah, Alex, this dude that he's talking to. You looking at it too? I don't know if you have another screen there, John, but he literally is a tall, slanky. He does look like Frankenstein. He really does, like a real skinny. But yeah, he just chilling, laying back in bed while Alex is talking to him. It reminds me of that cat that the other recent catch. I don't know
yeah,
if it's still on just members or not, but
yeah,
I
the
saw it.
kind of probably kind of looks like that guy that Alex got here in Kentucky at time.
Yeah. All right, see, Gina says you decoy for a short time. You will, let me put it up on the screen here. Wake up several times a night dealing with nightmares of predators. Yeah, it's different for everybody too. That's the thing. And it's especially when I was trying so hard to get these others the last, what, 3 weeks now, month? I don't know. It's been that long, I think, since I even got the first one. Trying to get them to meet is almost impossible. And so I'll move on to a different person just to see, it's time to change a little bit. And then I get banned, you know, somebody, which is a good thing. I always look at that as a good thing. Okay, that person, okay, they're not a predator. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So that I look at it as a good thing. Um, but after a while, it's like, you know what? Screw you, decoy phone. I'm not having anything to do with you and I'll say maybe a couple hours or a day. Sometimes it's shorter. Sometimes it's a whole week.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know if it's a whole week, maybe 5 days. This is the longest I
yeah.
probably
I
went.
I don't
But
want to say that I'm not going to catch. Uh, I probably will do a few. I'm not going to go out and hit it hard or anything. I'm not going to do it full time. I'm not going to sit here and go through all the stuff that you've went through. I'm not going to put up with all the trolls that everybody else has had to put through. I'm not going to take and get my blood pressure all high and
yeah,
sit there like Alex does. Say, "Well, you want to call in?" I don't even want to sit there and listen to that because
I
the
like to
people ain't.
call in.
Yeah, I mean it's funny sometimes, but at the same time, you know, they'll sit there and say, "Oh no, I'm not gonna call in because you're gonna sit there and make it look bad." Well, of course, dumbass. You know, but
There's a lot.
it, it
There's a lot of yeah.
it's not
There's a
worth
lot
it.
of times where they call in and they end up being friends.
Yeah, I mean the only time that someone's called in and it was funny was when it was Ryan, and
I remember that. I was
and
he
he
goes,
was
"You
talking about
trolling me
how
already?"
how Bernie Sanders was good, and we figured out it was Ryan.
Yeah, I kind of knew it was right away.
Yeah,
To be honest with
yeah.
you,
You
I
heard
just
his
like
voice. It was like I know that voice,
he
and then
he
and
didn't
then we
really know
knew it.
what to say. That's
Yeah,
the thing. He didn't really know what to say that much. So it was kind of like that kind of made me realize. Wait a minute. I think that's Ryan because I think he was too nervous to even say anything.
yeah.
I think somebody had a question for you. Carson Catgirl, I guess is the name, or what's his
Oh
name?
yeah, that's another one of them. It's got the six
Why did
six
you
six
block
behind it. Yeah,
me?
yeah. That's another one of the troll things that it's got something smart to say all the time. I
Oh,
don't
was
pay
that?
them no mind either. That's a troll. That's
Oh,
a follower.
uh,
They don't know how to stand on their own 2 feet. They're a follower. No leadership in them at all.
first guy. Let's all get along. There you go.
Yeah.
I wish we would like to.
Oh yeah.
There are some people that just
I would
simply,
love it if we could all sit around a great big old campfire
yeah.
and
I
make
think
s'mores
if
and
everybody
sing
just like hung out,
kumbaya.
if everybody met each other face to face, and we barbecued, whatever,
Yeah.
fill in the
But
blank.
you
I
know,
think 99, or more people would be friends afterwards.
yeah.
It's
You
just that
know,
everybody has different personalities. Everybody's been brought up different. We're from different states and countries and incontinence and whatever. We
yeah.
have different ages.
I just,
Uh,
you know,
I try to get along with as
I
many people.
like most of
Well,
the
there's a
people in
couple
the
I really
community.
don't.
I do. But, there's a select few that are garbage and they'll always
Mm,
be garbage.
yeah,
And, you know, they can say that they're changed, but they'll still be garbage because they're just saying it just to slide in.
yeah.
You
Well,
know,
yeah. I mean,
Eh, God forgives, but
yeah.
don't you ever forget.
Hmm. That's right. I remember when I first came on. I had no idea about certain people. I'm not gonna name names. I mean, most people know who we're talking about now, but I had no idea. I knew, in fact, a couple of them I really didn't know through chat. I only knew them because they were decoys, and I heard them mentioned on different, chat rooms or what have you. One or two of them, and we would do streams or what have you, and then I would get a message or whatever saying, "Hey, this, that, or the third." And then, of course, through time, we find out that that person was actually, what, and it's sad. It really is, but it is what it is. But we live and we learn. We learn from our mistakes as well. So, uh,
But, for the
man,
most part, like I said, 90% of this community, or maybe a little more, is a survivor of some kind.
yeah,
And, why somebody wants to sit there and be a predator by victimizing them again, is it's just wrong. It makes you a demon. Makes you
yeah,
no better than that predator that Alex is talking to right now.
yeah. I wanted to put Ryan in recap. See, if I put on my glasses, I won't read it. I won't be able to see it. But if I don't have my glasses on, I can't see it.
I didn't bring my reading glasses out here with me.
The
So
problem is many people join is sticking up for our very shady behind the scenes. Yeah. So I can't take this serious. You're just biased for your side. I'm
I'm not.
confused. Are you talking to me, John? I don't
He's probably
understand. I
talking to
mean,
me. I'm not. You
I
know,
don't know.
I'm not really biased. Uh, and I'll say this again for anybody that doesn't know or hasn't heard me say it. Uh, my problem with Tommy is not the same problem that everybody else has. You know, my problem with Tommy is everyone knows that his son is a survivor. My problem is his son went to him and told him what was going on, and he didn't listen to him, and it continued to happen. And then
Yeah,
finally, something was done. So, all that time in between, his son was being victimized again.
I didn't know about all that until you
Then
mentioned. Yeah.
he takes and goes on the news and he goes all through the community and everything else and says, well, my son was molested. Well, his son is a survivor. His son may
Mhm.
not want everybody knowing that.
Yeah.
You don't sit there and broadcast something like that.
Yeah. So he said it on a news broadcast or something, a media channel. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
on I think it's Denver 7 or whatever. It's posted on there. He
Mhm.
says, "Yeah, my son was molested." Man, don't
Yeah.
sit there and say that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with him because he's broadcasting it, and every time he says it, every time somebody reads that and hears
Mhm.
that, his son is victimized again.
Yeah.
And I even put on there for a comment that they should re-edit it. That they should go through re-editing and they should take that out of there because his son is being victimized again. That's my problem with Tommy.
Okay.
That's
Um,
now there's a few other little things and stuff. But that's my real issue with Tommy.
here's something from Thirst guy. It says because a lot of kids cry wolf, and he explained that. I don't know. I don't really watch him, so I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Who
Um,
Tommy? I don't know. I sit back and I started watching him in the shadows and not saying anything and stuff to see if half this garbage was true that these trolls was coming over and saying in Alex's chat. And then
mhm.
I seen who these shit stirrers was. So half this stuff that's being said in Alex's that Tommy's supposed to say wasn't being said. And just like half the stuff that's being told to Tommy wasn't said in Alex's. It's just
Mhm.
people trying to poke the bear to keep stuff going.
Yeah,
Them
but
are the kind of people that need to be taken and finding something else better to do too.
yeah, but like I
They're
was
like
saying earlier,
they're like
um,
poison ivy on your genitals in the summer.
yeah, yeah.
No fun at all.
Mm. What's my issue with Tommy? I don't really have much of an issue except for right now. No, I don't have any issues right now, except for a couple things he said in the past that wasn't true or something like that. But
That
um,
and my issue with that I said, and the other thing is he said, and I didn't want to bring it up because I don't want to stir it up again and everything, and have everybody sitting there saying it, but everybody knows it was bullshit that he said it and implied it. What he said about Jay, that was a
yeah,
bald
that was
faced lie because
yeah,
Jay does not do that shit.
yeah, yeah. That's
And you still
that's
see
about the
people,
time.
you still see people sitting there trying to troll him and say that lie.
Yeah, yeah,
All because Tommy sit there and put that bullshit story out there. Now
yeah,
everybody's still feeding off of it. So, I
yeah.
mean,
It's
it's
always
just
something that was done a long time ago. Just being in chats. So I thought it was kind of funny because at that time there was I think it was Alex and I think Fredo Yeah, Constantine. I think that was the first time. Just those three. They played basketball called a truce, and it was all out of fun. Just like Wish, with Chris. I didn't understand the entire thing completely, but it was all out of. I understood enough. It was. That's yeah. I mean, still do. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean we're talking about him though. I've got family members with that name. It's just I think of that show that my kids used to watch. What was it called? Caillou or something? Caillou? I think that's really what it's talking about. I don't know. It's all out of fun. You don't know
So,
what.
I just, I try not to really uh, do a lot of the stuff, that a lot of other people do. But lately, the whole thing with how he's been, you know, I went ahead and said some, the ta, because
Yeah,
it's just gotten ridiculous.
yeah.
So that, and I know some of his allies. So that tells me right there how shitty his character is.
Well, anyways, we'll move on to a different subject
Yep.
because honestly, I don't want to.
Yeah. But anyway,
I,
next video that I plan on doing, like the one that's on there, I'm wanting to take and do another one like that. Uh, I'm going to take and do it from another area in Louisville that's
yeah.
kind of a scenic area that at one time uh, in Louisville, it was one of the most popular places to go. Uh, Back in the mid 70s, uh, well, even late 60s, you seen a lot of hot rods that would go through this area.
Oh yeah,
Uh, and they actually opened the area back up for a while and let the cars go through and everything again. But the road gave way in one part of it and it washed down the hill. So they can't really fix it. So they closed it back off again. But
yeah.
it's a real it's a real beautiful place. It's a real, you know, it's a great scene to look at. Hopefully, I can get there when it's a serene time, like it was when I was at our family friends there. The house that they have, it started out as a log cabin that was built back in the late 1800s. So it's a real nice place. Of course, it's been built on to and modernized and everything
Yeah.
like that. But
I was watching
it's
this thing on YouTube. We were watching log cabins, and I remember in the Midwest, as a kid, or we'd go back to visit all the people that had the log cabins, and you look at them, and I was like, oh, that looks like they just built that or something. And it was actually built in the 1800s, or some of them were even built in the late 1700s. But they're still just as solid, and they look good too, as can be, you know.
yeah.
But then, see, somebody said something to, I forgot what it was. Nature. Oh, yeah, nature videos are cool for sure. Yeah. Like my grandson and I, we watched a lot of nature videos, when he was over. Of course, he likes he likes snakes. So we have, he's down in Florida. I think it's called Chandler's Wildlife or something like that. And, he's got the license and the permits, and he's got his own, he's got the whole 9 yards. I don't know if he like owns a zoo or something, but he's got a lot of reptiles like gators, and of course he's got king cobras and man, like, just all kinds of stuff. He likes watching that. I mean, like watching just regular, lions chasing down prey or cheetah or something, and it was all
Yeah,
kind. I've always enjoyed watching that stuff too.
yeah. There's all kinds of good stuff here. I don't know. I don't know how they would feel about somebody going and trying to film in Mammoth Cave or something, but
Yeah,
uh,
Ryan Envycap want to know if you're near the Appalachian Mountains.
uh, actually, I'm considered what's north central Kentucky. I'm here in Louisville, so you know, a lot of people know Louisville only for the Churchill Downs, Kentucky
Mhm.
Derby. So that's really the only time Louisville gets any press, so to speak. That or we've had this terrible case thing that happened that a lot of people don't really know the truth about.
Brianna. Yep.
Yeah, and you know, uh, a lot of people think other things have happened that didn't happen, and it's really sad that the whole world has went in turmoil thinking, and there's a whole lot of people that still thinks that she was in bed asleep when she died, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that law was the governor we had in this state before the one we have now. The one we have now came from California. Any questions? The one we had before came from Texas and was Republican, and she was always bringing, and she was always talking about the Breonna Taylor case. I think that's the name, and the law that came. And there's another, Megan's Law is another one, and one of them was from New Mexico. I can't remember which one it was. Um, but yeah, she always mentioned that, and make sure everybody understood what happened and why the law is there and what and everything.
well, here's the thing: the officer,
Gina.
the officer that took and just went to trial, and he took and was pronounced innocent. People can understand why he was charged, but if they understood the situation and how everything was set up, because her apartment that she was living in was right by a house that I had at one time. So
Really?
I'm familiar with the area, and
Hmm.
it was by where I went to high school at. So I,
Wow.
I know, and they try to make her out that she was an EMT. Well, she wasn't an EMT at the time that it happened.
Yeah.
So, but if, you know, if they would have opened the door like they said, then nothing would have happened. And they did say who, that was the police. The neighbors heard it
Yeah.
because the neighbor come out and said, leave her alone. And they had to take him and put him back in his apartment.
Hmm.
And then the boyfriend, they didn't know, the one that fired and shot the cop, they didn't know if he was DeMarcus Glover.
Yeah.
Now, DeMarcus Glover was the guy from Mississippi. Now, you can
Hmm.
find all of this stuff out
Yeah.
on. There's a guy, I forgot what his channel name is. It's a black guy, uh, and he
Oh,
reads all of this out.
Jericho.
It,
It's not just Jericho Green.
I I'm not sure. I can't remember, but he reads all these transcripts out. He reads the transcripts of the Securus calls that
Oh,
Glover made from the jail that told
wow.
everything, how it was working out and everything.
Yeah.
If you are a convict, okay, and that's all you hear, criminals say, convict, I'm a convict, I'm a convict. Well, if he was a true convict, he would have never said the shit that he said on that damn phone
Yeah.
because he's sitting there telling everything.
It's like on
But
that channel, Blue. I think it's called Blue Dot Interrogations. And then there's Fraudy International Railroad Police. The Jeremy Dewitt calls him.
so,
It's
yeah,
funny.
so anyway, they thought that the Walker guy that shot the cop, they
Hmm.
thought that that was Glover. And
Oh,
Glover is considered a high risk felon.
yeah.
So when he takes and fires, and you've got, because of the way that apartment's laid out, you got all the acoustics, you being law enforcement, it's dark. You see the gun flashings going off because they hit the door. Sergeant gets shot. He fires. The guy behind him fires. He doesn't know what's going on. He starts firing in there because he thinks that somebody's, you know, shooting a semi-automatic rifle off.
Hmm.
His rounds stray off and go into the apartment that's adjoining that apartment, and that's what
Yeah.
they was charging him with, reckless endangerment. So,
No,
you
I wish
know,
I had edibles.
so the
No,
whole our whole city and the whole world gets torn apart from each other and destroyed and everything else like that because of that case,
yeah.
because of Benjamin Crump putting
Uh, I don't think if he's who I think he
misinformation.
is. Yeah, I don't think I like that guy if he's who I think he is. It's
Yeah,
like what's that other
he's that
dude's?
attorney. He took and did it in Ferguson, Missouri. He put
It's
out misinformation. That's
yeah.
all he does. He says, "Well, we've got this, you know, breaking news," and he gets on this
Hmm.
Zoom call and he starts putting this stuff out. Well, if they would have just called it off, then Brianna would have been alive. Why are you sitting there saying something like that?
Yeah.
You got a coordinated raid going on. She's got to be arrested too because of her part in it, and all these
Yeah.
other people's got to be arrested. It doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But they had to stop arresting everybody else because of what happened to her.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a mess. Did she deserve to die? No.
Uh,
But the reason why she ended up being killed was because that stupid ass guy took and fired his gun, and because they wouldn't open the door.
yeah.
A tragic accident all the way around.
Yeah. For sure. See, that happened. You have to remind me on the date. I want to say that was in the '90s. Am I right about that, or was
No,
it
that was just
20 or the early 2000s?
no, it was just like 3 years ago.
I'm sorry, folks. I forgot I had this volume up. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I have
it's like
dogs to stream. I've been kind of. I'm
yeah,
listening, but I'm also one of them.
it's been like
I didn't
three
want
years
to.
ago.
Okay. Well, I guess that would make
Well,
sense.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, yeah.
Well, is that soon? Wow. Hmm. No, I
Yeah,
heard one of the team members say, "Pray for us so we don't get maced or something." And I didn't know if it was a joke or if they were serious. So I was kind of doing this. I was listening, but I was
yeah,
also
yeah,
watching.
and then you had all these individuals that was going out there and doing stuff for the wrong reasons, and then you seen cities being burned, and you know, then innocent people got killed,
Yeah,
and it's like, how does that justify that? You
yeah,
know, and then they showed something that happened in New York. They was uh, they was beating the living daylights out of somebody, and lit a dumpster on fire and everything else. And then this girl goes, Brianna Taylor. I'm like, girl, you don't even know how to pronounce her name right.
like it was just like somebody making fun of what happened
No,
to
it's
her.
just
Or,
the stupid girl was using her name as justification for what they were doing, and it's like she didn't even know how to say her name right.
Geez. Oh, actually, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the chat. Chad, I do
Yeah, I can't
apologize.
see the chat.
Yeah, I haven't really that much tonight either, and I do apologize. I usually try to engage as much as I can with the chat and put the as much comments on the screen tonight. But yeah, sorry about that. But let's see who had the question here. Let's see, was there an arrest with Alex's catch? They're still waiting for fried pickles, I believe. I got it on right here. Barbara. Let's see,
Barbara.
Barbara. Um, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, Bryden said, "Hey, Bryden, what's up?"
Hey, Bryden.
Um, Oh yeah, there it was. I'll put it up for a second. Ryan and VCAP. Yeah, I do too. Interrogation vids are good, but serial killer interviews are even better. And I watch both of them. You're right. I watch. It's like you know what goes through somebody's mind. I've seen them. But that's the thing is, I've met people on death row when we used to have the death penalty here in person. Obviously, I worked as a corrections officer, but I've only met I think two is I never actually worked the death row. So they would be like moved around for certain reasons or for court or whatever. But yeah, it is interesting. I watch like, and I'll tell some channels on YouTube. Blue Dot Interrogations is a good one. I mentioned these before, of course. Real World Police. Um, Oh, there's so much more. I can't remember all of them, obviously. Um, there was one that used to be called Fire and Police Videos or something like that, where I have a friend of mine's in law enforcement. He's on a lot of those because a lot of them are here actually in Albuquerque or the New Mexico area. And I think they changed the name to just Police Videos. I'm not sure. But those are three I could think of on the top of my head. But yeah,
Most of my
yeah,
friends were police and firemen before all this stuff happened to me. A lot of my policeman friends have retired now, so but so I had the opportunity to see a lot of interrogation stuff before,
yeah,
and the I don't know if I've ever took and sent you the picture of my old race car I had. I mean, it was a street race car, but uh,
I don't think you did.
yeah, it was the police, local police fire EMS charity here, and
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
took and had a friend of mine that was killed in line of duty on the back glass, and
Sorry.
when uh, when he was killed in the line of duty, and his wife was sitting there just losing it, bawling her eyes out, sitting on the couch with his mom and dad.
Hmm.
Uh, they was there and just gave her a check. hey, you're going to need some money until, and they gave it to her. And the guy that runs the charity, uh, I knew him because in Louisville, it used to be a split police department. Back years ago,
Like
there
east
was
west or something, or
it was the Jefferson County Police Department, and then there was Louisville Police Department. And
okay.
the guy that is really over the charity was a Louisville
Hmm.
police officer, and this guy makes Alex look like a midget.
Oh, he's that big, huh?
He's yeah, and so I had got to know him because of my friend dad, because he was a lieutenant, and so was he, and so whenever we'd go and see his dad and stuff, of course we'd run into both of them, and my uncle had a body shop and stuff, and they all went and got their cars fixed and stuff at my uncle's body shop. So I got to know a lot of them better that way, because
Hmm.
they want to have their cars done. And because my uncle, before he took and retired working for the city's body shop, that's how he got to know a lot of them. And so
I'm gonna read this real quick. John Ryan put this up a while back. The toy box killer was from Truth or Consequences, which is just south of me, by the way, here in New Mexico. And it was named after the game that was, I think, in the 40s. I could be wrong, but yeah, Truth or Consequences. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And there's a lake down there called Elephant Butte, and it used to be part of Truth or Consequences. And then I want to say the late 90s, maybe the early 2000s. At some point, Elephant Butte became its own town because there were so many people that not only were retiring there, like with their RVs or trailers and stuff, the people that were building houses and they had mom and pop stores and shops and stuff down there. And it's probably a good idea they did do that. But yeah, that's interesting. I didn't know you knew about that. That's very interesting. I know I missed so many comments tonight. Um,
and I apologize to anybody that kind of you know
yeah, it is
got
dry.
thrown off by my sideways kind of direction. But as you see, some of those individuals come out of the woodwork, and they call all of us cockroaches.
Oh, yeah, I did. I honestly, I just wasn't. I tried. It's just for
Yeah,
some
yeah,
reason my
and
vision.
that's you know that just goes to show you
I didn't see
that
all the comments, so
yeah,
I was trying to, but see, I think I'll just say I think I was given a wrong prescription on my last glasses. They're broke still. I still need to take them down. But I figure it's about that time, anyways, where I need to get rechecked and probably some new lenses, or I might go with what do you call them, contacts or something.
yeah.
But
I gotta get mine redone too. So
yeah. So it's literally I'm actually probably have my glasses off more than I have them on. Now I have to have them on when I'm driving, so obviously I put them on for that. Or if if on catching, of course, or whatever, even just
prescription.
looking. Yeah, there you go. If I'm looking at a distance, especially when we're parked a certain way and we're looking in the mirrors, you want to have a good view. So I'll put my glasses on then. But the only problem is, and what I noticed is once I get to within a certain space, I would rather have them off. because I can see actually a little bit
Yeah.
better. It really depends on how far the space is. Let me try to read some of the comments how they slow down and everything too. So there's no prescription for stupidity, unfortunately, or I'd be golden, says LARP Buster.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
he's one of the followers too. I've found out. There's
Barb
no leadership in him.
can't block the cockroaches, bullies here anyway. So okay. Um, I don't know all this, guys. I know a little bit. I don't know everything, so just
Yeah,
forgive me if I just don't know. But yeah, the title says guess who didn't show up. Let's see. I thought there would be a
he's
few
the
guests.
other guest is driving right now, so
Yeah,
he couldn't stop.
yep. Yeah, there's reasons. That's why I didn't put in. I didn't even put John's name. Actually, I should have. Um, but yeah, usually I put I will let certain amount of people know that request to come on or that I've asked to come on or whatever, and then some regulars, of course, and I send a certain amount of people the links. Well, what happened last time is obviously I sent out. I didn't even send out that many more links, but just about everybody I sent a link to came on, and then we got to the point where I was full on the panel, so I couldn't have more than six, to the best of my knowledge. I don't know what StreamYard service I'm even using because there's two of them that I have, I believe. I'm not sure. One is the free one, which is so many hours a month, six people on the panel. Then one is a step
Hold
up,
on
which is
just a second here. I'm gonna change something. It's gonna go where you can't hear me for a second.
let me read that real quick. Make it a point to never learn. Wait, make it a point to never learn what, Ryan? I guess I don't know. Hey, Shade Tree.
All right.
Sorry you have to go to work. I hope you have a. I know nobody really likes to hear it unless they
Yeah.
really love their job. I hope you have a good time at work. I guess
Yeah.
make it a point to
If you
never. I
if
don't
you
know what
do
that is.
something that you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah, that's true. And there's been very few jobs that I. Well, I shouldn't say that. I probably had. I'd say half, half. Half are really good, and of course, you know, like I won't even
Hey,
say it. But
when I worked for myself, I loved it.
yeah,
I still had my other job, but
mhm,
I worked on the side and I loved it. I mean, sold car
yeah.
parts and everything and cars, and I mean, I loved it.
Yeah. Hey JW, how you doing, Bryden? See, John's going. I'm not gonna read that. If you're gonna look, mods, don't be afraid to hide people or ban them if they need to be. If they're getting, I should. I wanted to say that earlier too. But yeah, I thought I honestly, no offense, John. I just wanted to chill stream, but that's fine. I had no idea you were gonna vent, but that's fine. I guess I don't. But I thought I know I was thinking fishing and
Yeah,
actual,
yeah,
fishing, not
yeah.
decoying. Talking about your channel a little bit, and yeah, I know Donovan. Every time he's one of the ones I did invite tonight. I have to get out. No, he's probably fishing, literally fishing. But
Yeah.
yeah, I miss
Oh no,
fishing.
good old Donnie. He's out there fishing for fish.
JW and hey, JW says hi to both of us. I don't think John can see the chat. I barely can see the chat
Yeah,
to be honest with
I
you.
can't. I'm using my phone. I'm out here in the car, so I didn't bring my laptop out here. So
Mr. Belding said, or Mrs. Belding now, I guess,
yeah,
says,
she's one of the
well, she,
followers.
oh,
Nubian.
well,
Well, she's a princess of the clan, so she's
oh,
a follower.
yeah,
I ain't got
well, I
nothing
was
for her.
gonna,
I never had anything bad to say about her, but after I seen the screenshot that somebody took and sent me of the stuff she said, and I've
yeah,
never said anything bad about her, and I've stuck up for her, she can go to hell.
yeah. I was just gonna read the comment, but
Well,
okay,
read it, but of course she can go to hell.
okay. Maybe I won't read the comment.
Well, go
I don't
ahead.
know.
Go
No,
ahead and
I
read
just
it.
said John already has half of us banned. No, I looked at the band.
No, I
What's it
haven't
called?
banned y'all. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Y'all think that I'm banning y'all, and I'm not. I'm just not giving you any peace of
Oh
mind.
wait, here comes somebody. Hold on. Oh, it's Ryan.
What
It's
what up?
Ryan.
Lion
Hey.
is the fearless
Hey,
leader.
hello.
Fearless Peter.
What's up,
What's up,
Lion?
Ryan?
The original MV Cat. What up?
Yes.
Ryan.
What's going
NBCAP
on?
Southwest, NBCAP, and NBCAP Investigations.
Yep.
What about MV Camp Gitmo?
I don't know. I should probably just make it NBCAP Investigations because all the stuff that it's just not going to be catching. It's just going to be, you know, you'll see me just doing a relaxation video. You'll see me doing court research, like that court case I was telling you about for the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You never know where you'll see me. You never know what I'll be digging up. You
There
know,
you go.
I used, I the same stupid stuff that people are doing to all these other people. I've done that stuff, but I did it legally, you know, with a purpose instead of just
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
destroying people's lives,
Yeah.
or trying
Yeah.
to.
I don't
Like I
understand
said,
it myself. I
you know,
honestly
a
don't.
bully is no different. They're a predator. They're no different than the predator that's touching a child.
Yeah. Well, a predator's a
Because,
predator, in
yeah,
general.
exactly.
Yeah. Whether
They're,
it's on a child or a person,
yeah,
whatever.
you're victimizing a survivor because this, community is 90% survivors. Thank
Yeah.
God that nothing like that happened to me.
Yeah.
But I sure as hell had to listen to a lot of the shit when I was in prison. They're sick
Mm-hmm.
son of a bitches. That's why I know these decoys, the stuff that they have to listen to.
Yeah, I
I,
know.
I feel
Yeah.
so bad for them.
Yeah. It's yeah,
I
especially
know.
I mean
I feel bad
uh
for
I
Ryan having to ride down the road. Oh,
yeah.
it was my friend Ty. Uh,
Yeah. I have a friend. I don't know. I just
my
started
friend
running
Ty.
stuff. Yeah. Once I knew they were like really like on the way and everything in chat, that was good. Yeah. At first, it was
Yeah,
a
hey, I
little.
was with you the whole time, buddy. I'm sitting there saying, it's okay. We're with you. We're with you. We're with you.
Yeah. I read your comments. Everything. I read everyone's comments.
Yeah, I
Like they
was
all
there
helped.
with you the whole time. I'm sitting there saying, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hardly got to see any you heard about tonight's stream?
No, I don't know anything about what's going on at all.
Oh,
Guys.
well, yeah, I sent you a link, but yeah,
I just clicked the link and joined.
Yeah.
yeah. No, John. Now, it's no offense to John. I'm just saying I wasn't expecting it, but John was riled up. I was like, we're going to talk about his channel, and then I had, some other things too, and then up at Chill Stream,
Well, it kind
he
of
starts
it kind
venting.
of deals with my channel.
So I just kind of let him do his vent, and all this. I looked at the chat. I would glance. I couldn't read everything. It was actually kind of going a little quicker earlier when we had 50 or whatever in here. I think was the
If
top amount. It wasn't a
and
whole
here's the
lot.
funny thing, if they were banned, then you wouldn't see their asses, and nobody
Yeah,
else would see their asses. How
yeah.
stupid are they? I'm just not going to go to
Um,
their discords or nothing. I don't go to people's discords.
yeah.
Now look, there's another fool.
It's by
Oh, John
displaying
Davis is in here. Oh, I get
the
scared.
truth about people supporting messages doesn't make me part of them, and I sure don't make them.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on or like what.
I don't really understand. John knows more than I do.
Yeah.
I honestly just
I'm a little
I know a
lost.
little bit.
They're just
Hey,
nothing but
Dead
a bunch of
Twins.
predators of a different type. But predators are predators.
I randomly ban people all
If
the
you're a
time.
predator, you don't belong in this community. That's
Dead
dead twist,
twist.
ain't it? That's all right, Dad. Hey, I don't have to take and do anything to you because there's my dog, Dead Twist. Dead Twist
Yep.
will snipe your ass. I was taught by the best,
Yep.
but
Dead twist.
I let Dead Twist take care of the shit now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I
um,
only act when they tell me to act, and Jay told me to act today. Boom! I got one. So
wait, they were talking about being banned by me? I didn't ban anybody. I barely even mess with. I don't think I even. In fact, I barely even put any comments up earlier. I'm just now doing that. So no, I didn't ban
if you're
anybody.
if we're able to see you, you're not banned. It's
And
just
if there's,
nobody's paying attention to you.
yeah. Well, also I noticed there might be a few people that may have had their wrenches gone. Well, I YouTube does that, and
Well, see
I just told myself, look, I
and
just
LARP, they've gotten to where they're another follower, so I ain't paying LARP
um,
no mind. I used to think LARP was okay, but I've seen
but
some of the stuff he's been
yeah,
posting.
if I could let me just finish this before I lose my train of thought. No, if you're missing a wrench, I'll look at it again, but it happens all the time, and I don't know why. Not all the time, but almost. It seems like um, I don't know. I can't explain. It's like messages or in the chat. I've looked at Ryan after it processes, or who fill in the blank, and I'll be like, whatever happened to that comment? I vaguely, no, I mean not vaguely. I actually remember very clearly was there
Yeah,
and
it's
it
happened to me.
disappeared. So I just look at it this way: as I've got too many mods probably anyways. But I kind of want to know who I'm. That's the person. That's why I started doing that. But aside from a few people, I mean, if they and I, you know, it's not like you're never going to get a wrench back as long as you're cool
Yeah,
and I
they
didn't do it.
I, they PCM took my wrench because she had too many mods. I ain't saying the hell with it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
Buckle up,
But
Buttercup.
mm,
Life ain't fair.
I just
Yeah, I was gonna try to catch the people, some people in Albany, but like I'm driving back from the Berkshires, and I just like went to sleep for like 5 hours. Didn't expect it.
seriously,
Yeah,
wow.
in the car. After I'd already slept like 8 hours. I must have been tired, so I slept like another five. I thought I was gonna
Good.
sleep for like an hour or
See,
something. But
You
we've
need
been
it.
telling you to get your sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, we thought you was gonna fall asleep in front of Barry's house.
Oh yeah, shit. Did they catch him? Did they catch him?
No, he's still
They're still
in a
waiting. You talking
cellar
about Alex,
somewhere.
right?
Yeah, because I remember they really were like knocking on his door. Like they weren't like you know, like they got the landlord like and everything, and they tried going up the stairs, everything. Like he wasn't answering at all.
Yeah. If you're talking about Alex, it's still live. I've got it on the screen. They're sitting in the van
Where
down
are
by
they?
the river.
They're going all the way to Virginia. You don't even know what they're doing. They're going all the way
Okay.
to Virginia.
Um, do you know where Highway 7 is?
Wait, what?
Highway 7?
No, I don't know anything about that.
All right. Well, actually, now they're on the move. Okay, so I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. I've actually done so many multitasking tonight that I couldn't even keep up. I was trying,
Yeah.
literally. I was trying, but I was just like, you know what? I'm too tired. I don't know what's going on with everything. I know there's some people that are upset. I didn't say much. Sorry if I upset you, but
That's probably me.
it is
I
what it
probably
is.
offended a lot of people by, you know, calling the bullies bully, and some of the people that follow them calling them followers and not having any leadership in them at all. But like I said, you know, the community just needs to stand up and say no more,
Yeah.
no more, no more, no more. And I'm not trying to steal the person's name that's no more, no more, no more. But I'm just saying no
Oh,
more. That's all you got to do. Say no. You're not getting any more power from me. Just
yeah.
take your power back
Mhm.
and don't let them. It's not high school anymore.
Yeah.
You know, these fools want to act like it's elementary school and they're going to take your milk money.
Yeah, it's
Thank
just
you.
like I don't. It's just it's really unnecessary conflicts. Like some people will say all these things. Like it's unnecessary. I mean, like
Yeah,
can we just all
we're
catch predators?
yeah.
Like I mean,
It's
I don't
that's
want
what
to
it's supposed
sound
to be about.
yeah, I want to sound like a
Mhm.
certain person or whatever, but like I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's some different styles. Like some people are like more aggressive. Some people are least aggressive. Like some people like this. Then I don't know. I mean, they're just different ways of doing it. You know. Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't see the point.
Yeah, well, like
Yeah.
I stuck up for you, Ryan. You got a different way. People sit there and give you
Mhm.
shit about it because your movement of being nonviolent. You don't have to be violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a different style. Your style is different from Jeff's. Your style is different from Alex. Your style is different from Jay's. Your style is different from PvP's. Your style is different from, lo and behold, Tommy's. Your style is different from Moose's. Your style, but your style don't clash with anybody. I've seen you do a
Yeah.
hell of a lot of collabs with people.
Yeah. And I mean, if they are different, I mean, my thing is like everyone kind of has their angle in this movement, and like everyone's good in their own angle. Like Musa's good at being Musa, Jay's good at
Mm-hmm.
being Jay, Alex is good at being Alex. And eventually Jeff's gonna be good at being Jeff, and it's just like everyone kind of has their own angle, their own way, and and that's what it is. Like everyone's
Mm-hmm.
good at their own way. Like you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, there's
I just want to address a couple things I'm just seeing. Okay, we'll start with Gray. John, didn't you say you support staffing crew even after they were guilty of doxing PNN, but you give them a pass because they are catching Preds? That's a question to you, I guess.
did I
Oh wait.
support it?
Oh, my bad.
Hey, I am going at the root of the problem. Okay? The root of the problem is what I said. And they're like a bunch of busybodies sitting in their Discord, and that's all they're talking about, scheming and plotting. That's their life. That's all they do is sit in there. They have their little video and they say this, they say that, show this, show that, just like when they did with Locksmith. And I know there's going to be some people that gets upset when I say this, but they took and made this big old thing that more to come with Locksmith. There wasn't a damn thing else. All they did was sit there and piss Locksmith off to where he fucking snapped.
Let's see.
Now, Locksmith, I ain't gonna sit there and say that what he said was right and everything else, because he
Right.
said some stuff that wasn't right. But at the same time, all they did was come in there to Cameron's live catch and rated it like a bunch of little bitch ass kids.
Are we talking about FBC?
I don't know. I don't want him to mention whatever group he's talking about. I don't know. I just don't want it mentioned
Yeah,
who whatever it is. I
they
Personally,
ain't
just
no, I don't.
worth they ain't worth talking about because they're nothing.
Oh, okay, no, I don't know.
They're nothing.
well, okay.
Yeah, I
Hold on.
mean, I've had.
I'm gonna address this. LARP, what do you do? You that's very offensive to me because my grandson, who has been with me until this afternoon, is his dad is Mexican American. So I don't know what the heck you are talking about. Or he's saying that to you,
Power.
John. He's offended. You said the word power, and then he or she turned it into talking about. I'm not going to say the word. You can read it. You can read it. I'm not. You can read it to yourself. I'm not going to say
What
it.
I mean, all right, let me draw him a picture.
But just don't read
Put it
those
in
two words.
box here.
Space. Yeah.
Yeah. What I mean when I say power is an individual, when they go after someone and bully them, they try to take power away from them. So they cower in a corner like a little scared kid that's been victimized, whether it's a sexual assault or a physical assault.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you stand up and say no more, you've taken your power back as a human, as an
Yeah.
individual, and you've said no.
Yeah.
I've got the power to be me now, and you're not taking it away, and I'm not going to be a victim no more. That's what I say power is.
Yeah.
See, all you are is a bitch trying to sit there and get more out of it than what it is. That's what I mean when I say that you're nothing but a follower. You'll never be a leader. You're a follower. You're just a tentacle off the nuts of a bull.
And then Jeff
And
goes
there
to
goes
I
another follower.
I don't even know much about what they're talking about. The piano I
Yeah,
heard about
they
that I
sat
knew of
there
Corey.
and they sit there. All they got to do is sit in their Discord all day and
Oh,
say
that see,
shit
I'm not
about
in
people.
Discord.
I
Yeah.
don't mess with Discord. You
I don't know.
see what?
Can I kind of speak out a little bit? Like, I tried to actually have a conversation on Discord, and it literally went nowhere. Like a lot of
Yeah.
their like after like they would go from like one thing they said was the first time Locksmith had ever called the first time that we had ever spoken to Lock had actually ever spoken to Locksmith was when he called in on that stream. And what they tried to argue was that they didn't know they thought that I had already been working with him, that he was somehow a bigwig, and that because I didn't call him out at the time, given he was actually just a caller at the time, he had no pull or anything, that I was somehow protecting him by not going after him at the time for like those kind of odd comments. And you probably saw in the video. I mean, you guys
Mhm.
know what I mean, right? I mean, like the snippet, whatever. Yeah. So I mean, and then I kind of said no, like we had never spoken, and then they tried to change it to, oh, so that's worse because he was just a caller, but they don't understand the fact that the conversation originally was about like
Because that's
what is going to be
yeah,
a strong case,
yeah.
Yeah.
what is going to be a strong case or not, and then they kind of flipped to that, and then they flipped right back to the other like about a strong case, so that just threw me off.
And then they
And
tried to take and put it on you, like you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
yeah, and then I did make it a point to actually go back and address that, like whatever. Like this is actually like it was kind of as something like kind of surfaced or whatever. And then I tried to make a stream about like normalcy. And remember that stream? I don't know. Or I tried to make a point about like asking, not being kind of feeling you can ask questions even if they're whatever at the time. So like maybe in the future, like even if something was off, I would probably question it. But
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, is that not enough? I don't know. And then like they just went from one thing to the other, and then one guy, I forget his name. It was like FBI something. He just said,
Oh
"I
yeah.
rest like." Yeah, he just said something
Yeah.
like, "I rest my case." That like he didn't make an
Yeah.
argument. I was like, "You're not making an argument. You're just saying like anyone can just say, I rest my case." There you go. See what I mean? Like, but that's not saying anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if they want to
It's
debate me here, like anyone wants to debate me there. I mean, I'm like
it's
I
just
try to
like
be as
they they
forthcoming
they
as possible.
they're
I'm not.
they took snippets of what you said, just like
Yeah.
they're going to take snippets out of what I've said tonight, and then they're going to have their little video, and then they're going to try to get this and this. I've been to prison for 10 years. Newsflash.
Yeah.
It
I
said,
just wonder.
and it said like I was like cowardly, but like I show my name, my face, I knocked my phone number, and they literally have like fake profiles, and then name or whatever, and then I call them out on it, and then they say like, oh, like they would be able to connect the dots if they wanted to or whatever, something like that. I mean like, and they even said like they're not willing to really have like this kind of dialogue. I think even if like no matter what it is, like this kind of dialogue is way better. Just typing behind the keyboard, it's very limited. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, there's something about that where
I mean,
I think
I'm gonna
that
read this. I'm
yeah,
sorry, but I'm gonna read it. I
go
don't
on.
think I've seen Thirst Guy before, but I did look you up. See, PNN. I know PNN very well. Okay, they've had me on their they, on their program. I think at least 3 or 4 times now, so I do know who they are. Uh, so yeah, they're good people. I like PNN. So anyways, so there's that answer. Oh, that docs them. Okay, my bad. I didn't know there was 2 parts to that. So there we go. Okay, that docs. Wait, PNN, Jeff. That's a different group. That docs. Okay, now you just got me
Yeah.
confused.
What
If it's
they're
well,
all right,
can I just
what they're
finish? I'm not.
talking about, and they
I
keep
don't
on
want to know.
bringing up, is what happened between PNN and what happened with Steph.
I know a
Okay,
little bit, and
that
that's really
that's
yeah.
their thing. Okay,
Yeah. Yep.
they're
I don't want
handling
to
it.
get involved in that.
They talked about it. Okay, I'm not going to sit there and dig that. Okay, I wouldn't be talking about this right now if fat ass wouldn't have sit there and said, "Oh yeah, you sit there and take up for Bill and Edward." And dude, I don't talk to Bill and Edward on the phone. I don't go into Discord. I don't. I don't have an Instagram.
Yeah.
Variety was going to make me an Instagram. I told him no, especially
Well,
after all this.
yeah. No, hold on. I'm gonna answer something. I'm not being rude, John, but I need
Yeah,
to address something. First of all, yeah, Variety did my Instagram too, and I appreciate that. But yeah, so no, I don't know them personally. Thirsty guy or whatever, thirsty guy or whatever. Um, I don't know PNM personally. No, I never said I did know him personally. I know him well enough through messages, chats, etc., etc. I'm
yeah.
modded in their room. They're modded in my room. I'm just saying that they're good people from what I know. MV Cap is Mr. Peanut. I haven't even seen that dude in a while, except for the emoji
Well,
pictures.
here's the thing. If everybody wants to know, and anybody that really knows
So,
me, they'll tell you the same thing. I try to stay neutral with everybody. All right. Now, if Jeff and Ryan isn't getting along, I'm still going to be nice to Jeff. I'm still going to be
yeah,
nice to Ryan because,
that's exactly, yeah.
and
There
that's
may
how I am.
and there may be some people that he may be upset with that I don't even know, or I may not be upset, and vice versa. So just understand, just because where did Ryan go? He just dipped out.
Yeah, he just, I guess he had to answer the phone, but it was made personal bringing me into it because I just asked Edward if he knew what was going on because I seen their new video.
Yeah,
Now, because I asked Edward if he seen the video and knew what was coming, all of a sudden I'm good friends with Edward and I'm good friends with Bill. I'm their butt buddies and we hang out and we're greatest friends. Well, I don't know them like I know you and I know NB Cap and I know Cameron and I know Alex
yeah,
and I know Jay and I know some other people in the community. I don't just get on the phone and give them a call. I don't
yeah.
go into Discord. I don't have Instagram. It ain't worth it.
See,
Yeah,
Variety
saying,
TV has
yeah,
been on. I'll just answer the question real quick. Variety and Jules have a Survivors and what's it called? Survivors in Recovery stream now
Yeah,
on PP
on
Mass
PP
Extra.
Mass Extra.
That's where he's at now. So if you want to
Hmm.
check Variety out on a regular basis, that's where you can check him out. And then
And
occasionally,
it's a great stream to watch. I
yeah,
highly recommend it to everyone, whether you're a recovering addict or you're recovering from physical abuse, mental abuse.
okay. Hold on, I I heard a very loud noise. I have to hold on. Okay, can you guys
Yeah,
kind of okay?
yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
saying hi to Victor. Victor's in the chat. That's what I was gonna say. Say hi to Victor. Hi
Yeah,
to
so
Victor and J Dubia.
yeah, like I said, I'm out in the car. I don't have my laptop, so I'm not watching the chat. But like I said, I try to get along with everybody, and like I said, my issue with one person is different than what everybody else's was, and I think most people can understand that. And
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I have an emergency. I have to call 911. I have to end the stream.
okay,
somebody got hurt
All
outside.
right.
So
Okay.
I'm
Well,
sorry
See
look,
about it.
everyone.
look.
Bye.
Yep.